make it. The submarine will be crushed.
Get hold of himself, Joe. There's no danger.
Why, of course not. Well, you're all mad. If we go any deeper, the submarine will crash like the shell of an egg.
It's a deep-sea craft from the upper world, Your Majesty. Shall I destroy it?
Turn on the magnetic ray and bring them down into Atlantis.
All right, Corrigan. This is your last chance. Tell your friends to hand over that priming powder or I'm gonna ram through those gates.
Go ahead and ram.
Ram the gate!
We're trapped! Daggy. Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Sunday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday.
I'm glad that's where your head went, Evan, because when Alana had asked, after Evan posted the cocktail, when were we going to be broadcasting this episode? And that was the first thing I said, this Sunday.
I'm glad you jumped on that.
We're on the same wavelength. I don't know why that's where our brain goes with Sunday, but we were just on the tail end of that trend, but I still remember commercials that were like that. And,
we've got a no holds barred King Kong cage match for everyone tonight. Thank you for tuning in on our irregular schedule.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody joining us for this special Sunday night episode of the Scream Stream. With a lot of our good friends in here already. I'd see Alana, Kathy. Hope y'all have had a good weekend. Thomas is in here. Good to see you, Thomas. Tom O. Happy Sunday to you, Tom O. Six Toes is in here. Good to see you, Six. Who else? I think I saw Andy's in here, and Marks. Welcome to the chat. I hope everybody's had a good weekend. I hope that you got to enjoy it, stay cool, or stay safe from the weather, depending on.
Usually we're helping you come into the weekend.
We're not taking you out of it normally.
Yeah. So tonight, hopefully, we can ease everybody back into the work week. Womp womp, it's back again.
Yeah, it's just like your favorite movie monster. Just when you think you've seen the last of it, it comes crawling back. And yep, that's life.
The end? Question mark.
Am I gonna quit at the end of this week, or am I
question mark?
It's always leave them on a cliffhanger, which we know a thing or two about cliffhangers, and we'll kind of be talking about cliffhangers tonight. Cliffhanger serials specifically. I love how you said like we're talking about cereal with a C, and doesn't that sound delicious? Yes. We're going to be talking about cereals tonight. We'll be talking about, our favorite, almost public domain exclusive subgenre of ApeCore movies. Not public domain exclusive. There's plenty of non-public domain ApeCore movies, but,
It's just kind of a testament to how many of them there are.
And how many we've seen on the show. A lot of guerrilla movies and ApeCore, and specifically, of course, for us, the particular brand is ape-suited actors, which is just so much fun. Who doesn't love a good ape-suit actor? We've enjoyed, a lot of guerrilla. I feel like early on we had more guerrilla movies, and I feel like it's
true.
Been a while since we've had one.
Kind of burned through. All of our guerrilla movies.
Well, and I think specifically really the horror exclusive ones. Because tonight, and again, it's still the summer of Schlock. And during the summer we
a little longer. I hope everyone's had a good summer.
Yeah, I mean, again, it only gets more and more hot. It feels like it's just so sweltering. So I hope everybody's staying cool.
It's been a hot one.
It really has. But I mean, the summer is, a time to kind of get out and do things that you don't normally have the time to do. You get a little more time during the summer. So, we kind of vacation away from horror. Some of these films we watch during this, and still adjacent, I would say.
Yeah.
We open up a little more to, go a little more action, horror, action adventure. I'd say that's where tonight's film is going to fall. And tonight's film is 1945's The White Gorilla, a Poverty Row, I guess, just straight up gorilla movie. Yeah, I mean,
we're home.
Right. It's not complicated. It's in the title. white gorilla, and that's not the only gorilla.
We're going on vacation, but we're home.
We're home. It does feel nice. You'll always like to have a little bit of home when you're on vacation. And yeah, I think we'll have that multiple ways because this film stars in multiple roles. An actor we got very familiar with when he starred in one of our favorite serials, which we saw the trailer for in our pre-roll, the Undersea Kingdom, and that, of course, is Mr. Crash Corrigan. Crash
the
Ray
man,
Corrigan.
the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
Yes, that is his name, Mr.
Well,
Crash Corrigan.
And I had to refresh myself on the. So his name is Ray Corrigan.
Yeah.
But in Undersea Kingdom was his first big role, and the character's name in Undersea Kingdom is Crash Corrigan.
Mm-hmm.
So he carried the character name.
He started calling himself Crash. He started living as Crash Corrigan
because
full time.
Again, not only was he an actor who was capable of being a lead, but he also could be a lead because he could be his own stuntman because he's a very well accomplished stuntman. But that wasn't all he could do. His other passion was maybe it wasn't a passion, it was a way to make some extra money, was gorilla suit acting. And he was
monkeying around.
Yeah, monkeying around. I mean, he was one of the kind of, if there was a Mount Rushmore of gorilla actors, ape-men actors, you would definitely put Crash Corrigan on the mountain because that's how many gorilla parts he had. So we'll talk kind of about that progression through his career tonight.
He's the guy. He's the ape man.
He is the ape man. And again, this is a Poverty Row, very cheaply produced film, and it's actually connected to some other serials that we've watched and has connections to serials. So we're trying to figure out, maybe I'll save that for right before we get into it. But they're again, we're talking particularly cheap. So that gives you any hints for some of our cheaper serials. That's who brought tonight's film to us, which tonight's film is one of those kind of classic cases of let's get a movie in theaters as quickly as possible, and we only have a few days, so let's pad it out with some stock footage from something else type of movie.
Okay. Kind of Frankenstein together a movie.
Frankenstein together, and Crash Corrigan is the glue that connects all this together in multiple roles. I mean, again, he's not just he is this
He's a man of many talents.
This is his Doctor Strangelove. I think this is his This is Peter Sellers' moment where he gets to play multiple characters in one movie. And one of our favorite recurring characters is in our schlockiest films, which is always played by a different actor. And I wonder if that's like a riddle. So hold on, I don't want you to think on that yet.
Say that again.
So the most recurring character, especially in schlocky movies, that's almost never played by the same actor, which it's kind of a trick question, but let's see if you can think on it, and then I can tell you now or I can leave you in suspense.
Dr. Strangelove.
Yes, Dr. Strangelove. I don't know, maybe I'll leave you in suspense.
We can think on it. We'll throw it to the audience.
It's a riddle.
It's a riddle.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe an unfair trick question, but I'll save it for right before we get into it.
It's an unfair riddle.
Unfair riddle. Yeah, you know me. It's gotta, just being unfair. So that's why we have Evan here to strike the balance, because Evan.
Good evening, Tom O.
Oh, Tom O. Yeah, Tom O. Tom O's in the house. And Grady's in here. Welcome, Grady. Let's see you hop in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Yeah, I mean, we're we're balanced here. Evan keeps us balanced, and he keeps things sweet, sweet and savory, and brings his own special flavor to the show every week. It's a little bit more special during the summertime, and Evan, what's that sound?
Tick, 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 tick. Could it be? Let me check my watch. I think it might be. It's Schlocktail Hour, everybody. And welcome VMD, by the way. I hope you're having a good evening. Happy Sunday. So for tonight's drink, for this week's drink, I'm decided to dedicate this to my lovely wife. And,
okay, that's sweet.
It we'll get to that. So I love my wife for a whole bunch of reasons, but here recently she got me something that I just can't help but I just want to I want to brag about it just a little bit. So it was recently our anniversary, and she got me an espresso maker, which has honestly been a game changer. It's been big.
Okay.
It's almost dangerous. I'm 5 minutes away now from having a latte or a frappuccino, whatever, in my hand at any given moment, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah, that is great.
And ever since I've gotten that, I've been wanting to do some kind of. I've been wanting to bring it, bring it here, bring some espresso to the show, and there's much like with what I do on here, there's a million different, you can make coffee a million different ways, but what I've been really stuck on here recently is I've been making white chocolate raspberry, lattes, and frappuccinos.
Okay, that's cool.
They are so decadent. They're so good, and so I wanted to bring that specifically to the show not just in liquid form, but something a little different, because this is Schlocktail Hour, and we are trying to be a little out there with it. And ever since, I think it was last summer, when we had the Jello Pino shots, Jello shots made with jalapeno infused tequila.
Those were pretty good.
Spicy Jello, weird, but pretty good.
Pretty good. I remember liking that.
I had a bunch left over, and I pretty much ate almost all of them.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up eating all of these, because this is just this is all of my favorite stuff right here in a little cup. So tonight we're having white chocolate gel espresso shots made with raspberry jello, espresso, some vanilla vodka, and some white chocolate. And I tried to do these a couple different ways. My first hope was that I could set the chocolate in, so it formed a little cup, and put the jello in so it's a little white coffee cup.
Right.
Didn't quite work. They kind of broke. So what we have instead here, and I'll just I'll pass these your way.
Thank you, sir.
We have here.
Oh, very nice.
Jello shots just they put you in kind of a nostalgic place.
You do.
I think.
You really do. Look at these. Look at it.
This is our gel espresso shot made with real espresso. So I think you're gonna carefully try to get the chocolate where it comes out,
Oh, okay.
So it's not just stuck in the bottom.
Okay.
But I say we just go ahead and jump right into these whenever you're ready, Garrett.
Yeah, I'm so you just yeah, it's been a while since I've done Jello shot.
Yeah,
probably since we did the other
it's great
ones.
for the camera. You kind of just have to slurp it down.
Yeah, I'll
You're gonna go off screen. You're just gonna slurp it up.
Slurp it up. But try to keep my mic
That's true.
out
That's
of
true.
it. So
yeah, no jello on the mic.
Right.
All right, everybody. So cheers. This is the white chocolate gel espresso shot. Happy summer. Man, what a ride. So I realized immediately, usually with jello shot, you know, you shoot it like a shot and you swallow it. You can't quite do that with a mouthful of chocolate. But I will say that it being forced to chew it up does make you kind of appreciate, like, it's kind of a lot. The espresso, the vodka, it's very strong. Kind of weird, but I like it. It does bring me back to that, you know, what I've been making for myself, my espresso machines. So
I am just getting
Garrett is
I can finally speak. It's very good. I think, like Evan said, it takes you on a ride. Only within the last 30 seconds have I really gotten the vodka. And that is, you know, I didn't really taste boozy until, like, afterwards. You're like, whoa. All right. So it's very good. You've outdone yourself, Evan.
Thank you.
So yeah, and I got another, and you got like a few of these.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they make a batch, so we got a lot of Jello, my friend.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll make our way through it. We'll find a way to survive somehow. I guess.
I really thought it would be like darker, but they are still it's very red.
Yeah,
very red.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come like strong through the camera, but it is like very, like, you would think with coffee that it would be a little bit.
I thought it would just turn it black.
More of a, yeah.
You know, we would just have some black Jello, and that was
right.
I was really trying to, like, I wanted to have the little white cup with the black Jello in the middle, so it was like a little coffee cup.
Right.
And,
yeah.
Would have been cool, but
could have been, but what are you gonna do? No, that was great. And I'm excited for the next one. So, yeah, well done, Evan. And I mean, I think it again took us on a ride. Like, hopefully this movie will take us on a ride. It's you know. Sorry, I've got my headphones. I don't know, are your headphones duplicating the music, or is it just mine? I think it's just mine. I just have to.
No, I think it's just yours. I don't.
Yeah. I saw it. Looks like for some reason it's wanting to also use my headphones. Okay.
That was a pretty. What was in that shot? Garrett's hearing double.
I am, dude. It's not. It's bad. Hold on, if I do this, tell me if you can still hear it. Hold on, I gotta do something. All right. Do you still hear that?
Yeah, I still hear the music.
Okay.
It seems like it's a little quieter, but
because it was doubled up. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
We good. We Gucci. Weird. Hey, if we'll take that gremlin. That's not the worst gremlin that could be hounding us right now. We're not dealing with gremlins tonight. We're dealing with gorillas, okay? Let's keep the focus on
Gremlin core movie.
Right, no. There's a subgenre we could get started with. Yeah.
And welcome to Jack and Lauren. Happy Sunday.
Jack, Lauren. I saw Old Radios is in here. Welcome, Old Radios. Happy Sunday to all of y'all. Glad that y'all could make it. We're just getting ready to get into the exciting beginning of The White Gorilla, which again, stars everybody's favorite gorilla man, Crash Corrigan. And I'm going to go ahead and answer my riddle from earlier, which, again, was what's the most recurring character that we've had, especially in schlocky movies, that's always played by a different person?
Recurring character.
And that's the thing. I think that's where it gets
like a character, like
loose.
a character archetype, or is it like the same character?
I guess it depends on your view of narrative storytelling.
What is it? The butler?
Narrator.
The narrator. Wow. Okay, Garrett.
Is that too much of a trick question? I mean, because who is the narrator? Could
the audience, dude?
Could every narrator that isn't specifically a character in the movie just be?
Wow. Yeah, I think
the narrator.
I think you've cracked open this whole.
Are they God?
It turns out that every movie is connected because there's
the narrator.
They're all connected by the fourth wall. It's kind of a multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah, we cracked it. We cracked the code.
Yeah.
So the show's finally taught us something.
The greater cinematic universe.
So yeah, I mean, that is the other role that Crash Corrigan, on top of playing the hero, playing the lead, he's also playing maybe multiple gorilla parts, and then also the narrator. Now, is this narrator also the character? I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, this is one of those movies that was made really quick and is more about kind of getting movie in theaters as quickly as possible. So they have this new footage mixed with a lot of reused footage from something else. A lot of, padding, if you want to call it that. And in this case, it's a silent serial from 1927 called I think it's The Peril of the Jungle, and doesn't have any super big names in it, but they got a lot of like wild animal footage, and that's what they use in tonight's film to pad a lot of the other footage with Crash Corrigan,
B-roll,
which was probably shot somewhere near, some Griffith Park, Bronson Canyon, the classic spots out there in California, mixed in with this footage that was, probably actually shot, in Africa or some other, like country outside of Hollywood, but still, it's a silent movie footage that's mixing with things from 1945. So it may look a little janky at times. That's why. But I think we're gonna have fun with it.
So every time you see that, take a Jello shot.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I like that. We can make that happen. The last fact I'll give you before we get into it is that the serial is produced by the Weiss brothers, who you may or may not remember as the producers of The Clutching Hand. And they were the ones that had the rights to Craig Kennedy, Super Detective. And
this isn't a Craig Kennedy movie.
No, unfortunately, it's not a Craig Kennedy movie. Although it was just a few years after this that they made their Craig Kennedy TV show, Craig Kennedy Criminologist. I'll say that 5 times fast. And I don't think it did great, but they had the rights to the character. And the Weiss brothers were indie Poverty Row producers who made a fair number of serials. That was kind of where they did most of their business. And in this case, they just took footage from a serial that they had made in the 20s and padded it out with some newer footage of Crash Corrigan and running around in his gorilla suit. And got a movie out in theaters, and I think it was like in 8 weeks. They went from, there's a movie, like we have this gap in our theater schedule. Like, can you get something in here in 8 weeks? Like, sure, we can do a movie in 8 weeks. So,
Making movies is easy.
this is one of those where I think they filmed it in like 5. The Corrigan stuff filmed it in like 5 days, or maybe it was even like closer to 3. And again, we'll see just how much is Corrigan footage and how much is serial footage.
Yeah,
but,
how much of this movie is actually original?
right. We'll be talking about the ape core genre.
It's the minimum requirement.
Yeah, right.
We'll see. We'll see if it passes the sniff test.
Yeah, so Evan will be over here sniffing the whole time. So he's gonna get to the bottom of it. But we're looking forward to this one. We haven't.
Those dogs of mine have been smelling ape for days.
Smelling ape for days. Still gonna put an ape t-shirt out. Be on the lookout for that. We're gonna make it happen. Spectral seamstress. We're gonna make it happen. But yes, anything else before we get into the exciting beginning of The White Gorilla, Evan?
Man, speaking of cheap cereals, I've been shopping at Aldi lately. I've been it's just actually been it's been pretty nice. I've been enjoying some cheap groceries. Getting down with the off brands.
Hey, I mean, people don't sleep on Aldi, you know. They
Shout out to Aldi. I'm liking it. Ever since the Lidl closed, I've been getting, it's scratching that same kind of itch.
It does. I couldn't get into Lidl. I've been through some Aldi phases before, but Lidl just grabbed me. Well, on that note, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of The White Gorilla right now. This one does have some like weird title music on it. Head change up. We'll just turn it down for a second. But phrase. I think phrase. That's a misspelling. And some commentary I watched on this. It'll be the director of the movie, Robert Fraser. They just left the R out. Who are good for Rissy Ray Corrigan, which. So he didn't always go by Crash. And an all-star cast. I guess you can just say that and can have never heard of any of those people. And Sears is in the house. Welcome, Sears. Happy Sunday. Glad you could make it.
Sears has been here, hasn't he?
I didn't see him in here earlier.
Jungle, weird, mysterious, home of countless beasts of prey with their thunderous roars and haunting cries, echoed by the somber beat of distant drums. Drums that tell of natives hidden in its fastness, with its paths leading to unseen, unheard of dangers.
Getting a lot of stock footage. I mean, hey,
the jungle,
through
which countless and daring explorers have fought their way, seeking to verify the truth of the strange and fantastic stories that have veiled this land of mystery, some of them never to return. Victims of the savage tribes call the jungle theirs.
Too many animals.
Fall before the flashing fangs of jungle beasts. others like
Wall-to-wall
myself to escape,
animals.
carrying with me vivid scars and memories that can never be erased. Memories that recall a strange, unbelievable experience that started when I, Steve Collins, was acting as a guide out of Morgan's trading post.
Is layering as many animal sound effects.
Well, there you are, Stacy. There's what you ordered, Hunt. That ought to fix you up.
It'll take more than that to fix me up.
Don't tell me the jungle's getting you.
Not the jungle. The everlasting noise that comes from it that gets on my nerves.
Because every animal is definitely trying to attract the predator by making as much noise as possible.
You'll all get used to it.
Yeah? I might get used to it, Morgan, but I'll never feel lonesome for it.
I'll agree with you on that point.
Maybe you'll agree with me on another.
Keep
If
it
Bradford
down.
was a fool to attempt an expedition through a country he knew so little about.
Well, you won't get an argument there.
Me either. I'll go you one further. I think you and I are fools of trying to solve a riddle that's never been explained. We do know that Ed Bradford entered the jungle. But until we settle, once and for all, whether he is dead or alive, we're going to be guests of Mr. Morgan here at the trading post.
Yes, and keep on being fools. For my part, I'd just as soon call it off.
Animals are just going wild.
Uh-oh.
Stacy, Hunt, give me a hand quick.
The sound design is just impeccable. Cut to a random shot of owls. It's like they must have had a jump cut or something there they needed.
Oh yeah, something to fill in. I really hope they keep up this cacophony of animals for the whole
movie. Yeah, VMD, I think that's what they meant by all-star cast. You've heard these sound effects in such movies as Tarzan the Ape Man, King Kong.
Of course I did it, Steve Collins,
Bradford's guide.
Right.
What do you suppose happened to Bradford and the rest of them? If he's the guide, what could have happened?
No.
So that's Crash right there.
The marks on him sure have been pretty badly clawed, too.
Think it was a lion?
If a lion jumped him, he wouldn't be here.
Oh. Easy now, fella. Want to sit up?
You really think
You're
a
all
lion
right now,
could take
Collins.
out
This is Morgan.
Ray Corrigan?
You're back in my trading post.
The beast, you saw it?
Well, no. We only heard you fall outside the door.
Oh, it's no use. If you didn't see it, you wouldn't believe me. No one would.
Believe what?
That I saw the white gorilla.
You didn't see any pink elephants at the same time, did you?
Or any singing rhino?
I've heard of a lot of queer beasts since I've been here, but no white gorillas.
Well, I have.
You have?
Many times from the natives. They claim there is a white gorilla, an outcast from all other gorillas due to its odd coloring. It was driven out of its family's circle when it was born, and its hate for anything that walks makes it a deadly enemy.
Like
one to keep clear of. Was it the white gorilla that jumped you?
Yes. Maybe that's what got Bradford.
You were Bradford's guide. Is that what happened to him?
Misfit gorilla.
No. Well, what did? You knew the country you were going into. Why didn't he return with you?
Because he wouldn't listen to me. From the time we left here, he set the course, picked the trails. We went on for days, making camp at night, always near a stream. Even after a long day's trek, he would insist on exploring away from camp. I knew we were in bad country, country where the natives hated the white man. I warned Bradford time after time to stay close to camp. But he would just laugh. Start out with one of his party. Then when he failed to return, I started out looking for him. And when I found him, I saw why he hadn't returned. Bradford's trail led me to this village. The tone of their drums warned me to go easy. Hidden nearby, I discovered Bradford and Allison were prisoners of one of the most savage tribes in the jungle. As I watched, trying to figure a way to rescue them, an elephant entered the village.
With a person on its trunk. This is a
I could
child?
hardly believe my eyes when I saw a small white boy drop from the elephant's trunk. This mere slip of a child here in the jungle among the wild beast and savage tribes. It was uncanny.
What is happening? I mean, unfortunately, you can tell this is silent movie footage because of the speed of the movement.
Just who this little jungle boy was,
shot with a different frame
and
rate.
what strange power he held over the
silent
natives
films
was beyond me.
Like 16 frames per second, whereas, you know, sound films are 24.
Bradford and Allison lost no time in getting away.
This little kid.
I had made up my mind to find out who the boy was. But when he left the village, he disappeared. Losing track of Bradford and Allison, I climbed a tree hoping to locate them.
Hey!
Bradford met up with one of the native boys from our camp. He was trying to get his bearings from the tree. Suddenly, he became excited. Then I noticed why. The jungle boy clinging to his elephant's trunk had entered the clearing.
I guess it's safer for the jungle boy to just hang off the elephant's trunk than to climb and ride at the top of the elephant.
Probably.
For some unknown reason, when the little fellow saw them, he turned and ran back into the jungle.
Like, hey, I've been looking for you guys. I'm right up here in this tree.
Then the jungle menace confronted Bradford. Trapped by the lions and without firearms, he took the only means of escape.
Which was what, climb a tree?
Well, luckily, you know, cats are notoriously terrible climbers. There they go. Got no thumbs, can't climb. Is the lion part of
As
the
I
whole
watched
story?
him, I forgot the Jungle Boy and the fact
Gotta
that
be.
I too was trapped by the wild beasts. I noticed something moving through the undergrowth along the riverbank. As I watched, I wondered if the little Jungle Boy could possibly belong to her. The hippo had seen the girl on the raft.
There's a lot going on right now.
It's so close on everybody that it's kind of hard to tell like where we are spatially, like where things are in relation to each other.
Then Bradford discovered the girl's danger. We watched the girl as the hippo swam after her. Unaware of her danger, she continued downstream.
Yeah, that hippo could destroy that raft in like no time.
Look out! Look out!
There's no more splashing sounds.
Spellbound, I watched
Getting a
the
little
girl's
lazy with the
frantic
sound
efforts to
effects, just
escape
throwing
the
in more
onrushing
animal
group.
noises.
Then I saw
No
Bradford snap
splashing.
into action. As he climbed out on the tree limb, I held my breath, wondering if it would hold its weight or crash with him into the stream.
That would be pretty scary to be that close to a big old hippo.
After witnessing the narrow escape of the girl,
Trained.
I believe in miracles, and believing in them convinces me there is something to the fantastic tales concerning the jungle mysteries.
Who was the girl? Where did she come from?
That's a whole other story.
It's full of shit. Made the whole thing up.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Took long enough. I believe this is Crash here in the
Crash's very own suit.
Yep.
The big suit.
Yeah, I think this suit was easily like over 75 pounds.
I feel like, you know, a lot of the apes we see pretty, you know, it's pretty clearly just a guy in a suit. And I mean, this is too,
But it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of suit.
yeah, there's a lot of suit there. There's a lot of added bulk.
And all of the fur, which was yak hair. Yak hair was kind of the popular fur.
Here it is.
It was used in movies. That was what was used, I think, for the Wolfman makeup.
Nothing
was
there
yak
now,
hair.
Colin. It was. I saw it through the window. It followed me here. There's nothing outside, Steve.
I tell you, Morgan, I saw it.
Just a bunch of angry animals.
Easy, sure you did.
Just your nerves.
Collins.
You were about to tell us about the girl you saw on the raft. What became of her in Bradford?
Yeah. She was a daughter of an explorer. Her father had contracted jungle fever and lost his eyesight. He was stone blind. They lived in a shack near a stream. They were a pair of fools, just like Bradford.
Go ahead, Steve.
Now, then we moved over to their camp. We were there for months. Oh, but mind you, that wasn't my idea. Bradford insisted on it.
One must have reasons for spending months in this forsaken country.
Oh, they had reasons, all right. And a good one. Had a map, and Lou Hanley, the best guide in the country. He told me they were nearing the end of their search.
Man alive, what were they after? Where were they going?
To the cave of the Cyclops.
Never heard of that before, have you, Morgan? Why, yes. It's been a legend around here for years. It's supposed to be a cave filled with untold treasures and guarded by the Cyclops. You all know what a Cyclops is supposed to be.
Oh, why, yes. Sort of an idol with one eye.
That's right, an idol. And the rest of the legend is that anyone who enters the cave never leaves it alive.
Hanley, the old man's guide, was to share in the Cyclops treasure. That is, if they found it.
The Cyclops treasure, you mean
But after
those sheep?
Bradford rescued the girl, he figured that the old man, to show his appreciation, might give him the map. So Hanley decided to get it before that could happen.
And I think that's a good spot for us to take our first break. So, we're a third of the way through the White Gorilla. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
I'm glad that you told me going into this, like, why this movie feels a little janky.
Right.
Because this movie feels a little janky.
It does, right? Like, you see the title, you know, okay, ape movie, so you kind of get some preconceived notion. But then when Crash Corrigan goes into the narrating and you just realize it's just shots of him watching as another movie plays out, it's just kind of like, wait, what is happening here? And especially with the different frame rates, it's a little odd.
It's a little odd, a little jarring.
But
you know, it's always a good sign.
What?
When a movie has a lot of narration.
Right? Isn't that
a lot of voiceover?
But that's what makes a good schlocky movie. And in our experience during the summer, we've had so many movies that have a narrator, and you're just like, we don't need this. Like, you're like, this is just unnecessary exposition for the sake of, like, you don't really have anything here. So you're just kind of droning on and on and on to try to tell the story because you didn't really. But in this case, I mean, again, they're very deliberately kind of trying to find a way to repackage this silent movie footage into something like new for the sound era that, like, is somewhat passable and isn't them just putting a whole new soundtrack on the existing movie, which honestly probably would have been even more work than just this, because I mean, the picking and choosing of the sound design here to me is just fascinating. From the get-go, to start off with all the animal sounds and all the shots of the animals, it was just like, okay, yes, we get it, we're in the jungle, but then, like, every stock sound that you can imagine, and then when we're in the trading post and you're still just it sounds like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
It
like,
does. It does. I keep waiting for one of them to go over to the record player and, like, pull up the needle, and all the animal sounds just stop.
Yeah, I don't, you know, there's a degree of laziness to it that is just, again, that's what we love about schlocky movies. It's like, to what extent did a person just not have time? And then to what extent were they being really lazy and just kind of phoned it in? And, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some moments where they've taken the silent footage and they've put in, like, people's lips are moving, they're putting in dialogue. I'm like, okay, like, I like that.
Yeah,
but like,
kind of works.
At that point, just do the whole movie that way. Why film this extra footage with Crash? Now I'm hoping we get more gorilla footage. I mean, we will. We definitely will. But, you know, a good amount more in the second part. But I'm glad we got any there. It was good to go ahead and see the title character. And it puts a little bit of a horror feel to it with him, like, terrified and stalking outside. Like, that's a, you know...
Doing what you would want
right.
An ape to do for a film.
It fits the bill, and, you know, we'll kind of, as we get into it, be able to dissect a little more. But in my research for this, one thing that comes up with these Gorilla Men actors is the way that they each have their own style for how they play a gorilla and how they play an ape. And some of them have particular moves and particular techniques that kind of set them apart, or for the trained eye, you can really tell, oh yeah, that's Crash Corrigan because he's doing this thing with his hands, or the way that he falls over, that's Crash Corrigan, or oh, that's Charles Gamora because the way he like expresses his eyes in the suit, or, you know, there were any number of like things for these guys that they kind of,
it's their MO, their monkey operandi.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely it. And I mean, Crash was an interesting guy in that he kind of had a couple ape roles early on, but really, especially throughout the 30s, was mostly in serials and a lot of westerns. And that's the thing. Corrigan really was, for most of his career, he was a western actor. He was a cowboy. He appeared in a lot of Poverty Row westerns. There was a series called The Three Musketeers, like Mesquite, you know, like
the Musketeers.
I don't know. But you know, he was in, you know, that was a series that had like dozens of movies, and he was in all of them. So he made a lot of Poverty Row westerns, but I think it was starting in 1940 he really started picking the ape roles back up, and it was throughout the 40s that he did a fair number of horror movies, and then these jungle adventure films, which that was a kind of a famous or a popular subgenre, you know, from the silent era up through the early 50s. There were a lot of, they were relatively cheap to make, these jungle adventure films, if you had a good enough set,
and if you have enough stock footage to lift.
Clearly that helps a lot. And the Weiss brothers were, again, they were exploitation filmmakers who kind of knew, okay, well, we can, you know, just kind of, we don't need to make a whole new movie. We can make half a movie and save a lot of money. And
put you up in a tree, bing, bang, boom, we got a movie.
And I mean, to get Crash Corrigan to be able to play not only like the lead, but the Ape Man, and then to sit around in a booth and record all this narration as well.
They paid him well.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, I'm sure he wasn't paid that great, but and I think this was a year where there were a few kind of these jungle gorilla films that came out. There was another one, I don't know if he might have been in it as well, called White Pongo, and it was also about a white gorilla.
Okay. kind of like a subgenre.
A little
of ape
bit.
gore. White ape gore.
White ape gore. That was the whole thing, and I don't know if it was just that he suddenly got his hands or made a white suit, so they're like, we gotta get at least a few movies out of this. There was another one that he did, I think. I don't know if he was in it, but another one around the same years, called Nabonga. So it was it was a popular subgenre outside just the horror focus. But I mean, again, Crash, the horror movies are the ones that, stand out the most to us. And the first that he kind of kicked off his later Aprils with is the first trailer we're going to see for our break, and that's The Ape from 1940 with Boris Karloff, which we've shown on this program before. That's the one where Karloff is using this escaped gorilla, or there's an escaped gorilla, and he's trying to help this paralyzed girl walk. And so he's taking victims of the gorilla and using their spinal fluid and injecting it into this girl or something like that. Crash Corrigan was the ape man there, and that's a pretty good one. His physicality as an ape actor is definitely on display in that movie. I don't know if you remember that one.
Kinda.
It's pretty good. I don't know why. I guess that concept of an escaped gorilla was like.
I love that. I love that. Like, that's just such a like a touch point for all these gorilla-related media things.
Yeah.
Always there's a gorilla on the loose.
Right, and I guess just in the days of the circus when that was
or the
popular,
zoo or whatever. What else? How else are you gonna get the gorilla to be the bad guy?
What's a serious problem? I don't know if they've raised awareness about it and we're able to nip that problem in the bud, but
you can't cage the gorilla.
No, you can't. Coincidentally, the next trailer that we're going to see after that is for Captive Wild Woman, which again features Crash Corrigan in the ape suit, and that one's also about an ape woman, and that's kind of, it's almost like she almost has like a werewolf look going on, but she's an ape woman. And Universal made a few of those movies. But I think Captive Wild Woman was the first, and it's got John Carradine as like a mad scientist, and Crash is in the ape suit, so can't lose with that. And then the last trailer we're gonna see, because they're kind of short trailers, so we did 3, is for 1958's The Bride and the Beast, which coincidentally was also produced by Louis Weiss, who produced tonight's film. And I think his son, Adrian, was the director and co-writer along with Mr. Ed Wood. So it's kind of considered an Ed Wood movie, even though Ed Wood didn't direct it. He did help write the script. And the gorilla does have a particular fascination with the lead heroine's Angora sweater. So
in the script.
That's classic Ed Wood. Leave it Ed Wood to give a gorilla an Angora fetish, but and I believe it is Crash Corrigan in the ape costume there, although I think by that point he had largely stepped away from the ape roles and kind of, I think, given his suits to another actor, I believe Steve Calvert, who was another gorilla man who kind of picked up the slack after he retired, and Charles Gomorrah, who was another popular ape actor kind of early on, once they kind of got a little old to be running around and falling and doing all
pass on the mantle.
They passed on the mantle to a few other people, and again, it's just such a unique kind of subgenre, especially with low budget horror that you get, these ape people. But yeah, Crash Corrigan was one of the greats. So we're gonna see these 3 trailers with some Crash Corrigan ape performances, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting middle of the White Gorilla. So stick around, we'll be right back.
We got to catch him prowling after dark.
Think he's still hanging around the village?
He got Mason, didn't he? And we found new tracks up around Dr. Adrian's house.
Maybe we men of science think different from other people, but if they ever find out in the village what you've been doing...
You mean about the animals?
Yes, some of the dogs have been missed.
Well, that phase of the experiment is all over. That ape seems to take a fancy to your place. Now, don't take offense, Doctor. I'm just trying to clear up my mind. Them dogs of mine have been sniffing ape for days. It's made them foolish, I guess. Else why'd they snarl at you?
Hey, Doc. What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to write you into medical history.
Creature of evil, running amok, blazing a trail of fear-crazed horror. From the jungle's most guarded secret comes this amazing story of a captive wild woman, torn between the mad cravings of animal blood and the longing for human love. A woman whose jungle instincts give her sinister power over man and beast.
And suppose your experiment does succeed. What will you have? A human form with animal instincts.
You know what the police will do to you if they catch you? No, of course you don't. They put you on trial. Then they'll put you in the electric chair and kill you.
Don't ever get that close to him again. He could have killed you.
On her wedding night, her husband's love brought the beast to raging fury. What memory in her subconscious mind, what weird recollection of another existence evoked frenzied nightmares that could only end in disaster. See their return to the primitive jungles of Africa and the most exciting safari of modern times. See for the first time the battle between a giant Bengal tiger and a flesh-tearing crocodile. See the strange climax to one of the great horror stories of our time, The Beauty and the Brute, as a man sees his bride carried off by giant apes.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for The Ape, Captain Wild Woman, and The Bride and the Beast. And Evan was asking if we had seen
it looks
that.
like something we had seen before. Garrett, what am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Bride of the Gorilla, which was a... what's the best way to put it? More of a psychological take, where Raymond Burr played a man who had this curse put on him and believed that he was turning into a gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
But it was never clear if he was actually turning into a gorilla or not. It was all in his mind.
It was a weird one.
That was a weird one. That was written by the writer of The Wolfman, and it was his attempt to kind of do his, again, originally his version of The Wolfman, it was supposed to be left up to interpretation. Was he actually turning into a wolf, or was it all in his mind? And of course, Universal's like, no, we make monster movies. This is a Wolfman. And so then he was like, all right, well, I'm going to do that story, but with the gorilla man instead of a wolf man. And it's a pretty decent low budget take, but yeah, The Bride and the Beast is much more of a kind of what's the way to put it, more of a kind of not racy, but for its time, for 1958, a little bit more of a titillating, guerrilla horror movie that plays a little bit more on like sex appeal. And I mean, that woman had her nightie plucked off by the gorilla like multiple times in that trailer. So that doesn't kind of clue you in to where things were heading in the next decade. But yeah, I mean, Crash Corrigan, I don't know if he's confirmed to be in that one, but the other two movies he definitely was in. And again, hopefully we'll see more of him as a gorilla in this part of the film, and we'll get a little more of his style on display, kind of be able to kind of see his moves.
Yeah, I want to pick up on those little mannerisms.
Yeah, it's the body language. It's a lot of body language. So I'll try to point some out. I came across a few that were pointed out during my research. So let's see if hopefully we get to see him running around in his suit. And we'll see how much more of this is stock footage. I believe where we left off, we're getting ready to go into another good chunk of stock footage.
Got another flashback.
Yeah, and I believe that the sick professor, whose daughter, I guess, is the mother of the Jungle Boy, which again, this sounds like so much that is unrelated from the White Gorilla, because
what's the connection with the Jungle Boy?
Because it's like, this is why we have a narrator, right?
Right. Yeah. A movie like this needs a narrator,
I guess so. Which again is Crash Corrigan. So we're gonna see just exactly. I think it was something like this blind professor was about to betroth his daughter to someone, and Crash Corrigan's watching it all go down. I don't know. It's about as much of a recap as I can think to give, but I don't know. Anything before we get into the exciting middle, Evan?
What do you think the maintenance routine is on one of those ape suits? Do you think Crash Corrigan had to condition that yak hair?
I would think so. Apparently,
it looks pretty well kempt.
Apparently, got really hot in those suits, and the amount of sweat, I can't imagine.
Yeah, well, imagine being the second guy to get that suit.
Oh yeah, So Evan asks a very good question, which is, what is the dry cleaning process like for an ape suit? So ponder that during this part of the movie, and we'll see what everybody thinks the best method is during the next break. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting middle of The White Gorilla right now.
Bradford, being suspicious of Hanley, was on the lookout. I had been out scouting for Allison, who had gone to our camp for some ammunition. Returning to the old man's shack, I decided to have a look before barging in. It was lucky I did.
Nice little scrap.
With the lions between me and the shack, there was nothing I could do but sit tight.
The sound editing is just driving me crazy. Where's all the animal noises? What happened? We're not even getting lions roaring right now. Oh, we got some monkeys. There we go. It is VMD. I think it was 1927 was when this was shot. And that's the thing. This 1927 footage is being interspersed with the 1945 footage of Crash Corrigan.
It's been recycled.
Recycled.
It's been upcycled.
As I watched the maddened beast charge at the door, I was tempted to fire my few remaining shells into their hides at the risk of turning them in my direction, where I would be at their mercy.
Was that a run-on sentence?
Then it happened. The door gave way and the lions crashed in.
Crash.
Crash, crash.
Then I saw Hanley dive through the window and escape into the jungle. Then it was over. Bradford had driven the beast off. The excitement was too much for the old man, and he died soon afterwards. Hanley the guide disappeared. Bradford took the girl and started back for his own camp.
And they left you?
No. I followed them some distance behind, with Carter, one of the men from the old man's camp, on the lookout for Hanley. No one trusted him, and we didn't want to take any chances.
What has all this to do with the white gorilla?
Well, I was coming to that. It was while we were moving through the jungle. I was well to the rear, and Carter was some distance behind me. Bradford and the girl headed straight for our camp.
Did the dude drop something on him?
As I followed after them, I wondered what had become of the strange little jungle boy.
Yeah.
It seemed possible that this child with his supernatural powers over the natives and the beasts of the jungle could be a reality.
He's got to be a mirage. It's terrifying right now.
As I picked my way along the trail, I could hear the sound of the waterfall in the ravine off to my left, where the beasts of the jungle went to quench their thirst, little knowing that at that very moment the jungle boy
The Jungle Boy what? ...
Huh? Look out, Jungle Boy. Does he have a chair back there too?
Probably.
Oh,
What?
Jeez, one to remember me by.
The chattering of the monkeys in the trees should have warned me of my own danger.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Unaware of the white gorilla's presence, I continued along the trail.
So if Crash is this guy walking, then the person in the suit, well, that's, I think if it's just the gorilla on its own, it's Crash, but if it's these shots where it's Crash and the gorilla suit, it's obviously not Crash in the suit.
Yeah, who's got a stunt double? The human or the gorilla?
The outcast, sworn enemy of man, had picked his victim, Carter.
Help! I tried to figure out how to get Carter from the beast. I brought my gun to bear. Fired a couple of pot shots, hoping the sound would make it run. I tried to use the rifle as a club, but the beast with its big hands struck me down.
I don't think that's Crash in the suit right there.
Then it turned its attentions to Carter and dragged him off into the jungle.
So in his list of signature gorilla mannerisms,
I tried to trail the
karate
beast,
chop to the neck is not one of
No,
them.
no, that's not a Crash move. I don't. That was funny to see. The punch to the gut, karate chop. I think this is him.
The sight of the white gorilla startled the elephant herd, stampeded them.
The white gorilla caused the stampede.
Hanley, who had been following Bradford's trail, crossed the aroused brute's path.
Say that again?
The tiny beady eyes of the lumbering beast centered on the fleeing figure of Hanley.
Why are you gonna come at the elephants
Believing
like
him
that?
to be the cause of the disturbance,
Beady eyes.
they took after him. By a twist of fate, he took refuge in the same hut where Bradford and the girl were waiting for Carter and myself.
As I watched the maddened herd destroy the hut, I discovered the Jungle Boy and his elephant approaching.
That poor little boy must be holding on for dear life.
I mean, I don't know if that's super comfortable for the elephant either. Have something hanging off your nose.
I think their trunks are incredibly strong, though.
Yeah.
but still, it can't be comfortable. Just crashed watching everything happen.
That's the sound effect they went with?
A slide whistle.
Wish I could whistle like that. A slide whistle.
Or did that one elephant scare the other ones away?
Then I saw further proof of the boy's mystic powers. He had stopped the beasts from their deadly destruction by the call of his elephant.
Maybe it's no big thing for the elephant to carry the jungle boy.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm underestimating how strong elephants are.
I mean, it's funny what they'll use their
Fascinated
trunks
by what
for.
I saw, I found myself glued to the spot. Again, that strange little boy and his elephant came to the rescue of Bradford. Seeing they were safe, my only thought was to get Carter and do something to help him.
Well, you just left him to take his chances with the white gorilla?
Little did I know as I followed the trail of the white gorilla through the jungle, the nature of the huge monster that was to cross our path.
I think that's Crash. Yeah, Crash is a lot more like he'll stop and he'll like, whereas I think the other person, when the other person's in the suit, they're like more fidgety and flailing more. Like Crash is a lot more exact. And he does the side
kind of doing this with his arms a lot.
He does yeah.
So noticing.
There's a lot that he does bringing his arms up to like his head and his face. And more of a kind of a sidewalk. So one of these is Crash and one of them is not.
Carter where the white gorilla had dropped him.
Can't figure out which one's Crash.
While the mad beasts fought to destroy each other, I carried Carter to safety.
Like my assumption would be, well, he's probably in the white one, but then like,
yeah,
well,
maybe
not.
Well, I've never seen such solemn faces. What's happened?
Who is this?
Oh, this is Mr. Collins, dear. Bradford's guide. He was attacked by a white gorilla.
A white gorilla?
Yes. Oh, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
I'm very glad to meet you, but I can't say that I'm glad to see you here in the jungle. You know, this is no place for a lady.
Oh, she's perfectly safe here. Go ahead and tell us what happened to Bradford.
She's no lady.
Sit down. It's all right. Go ahead.
Well, I brought Carter to a friendly native village. where I learned that the Jungle Boy, with the aid of a friendly, roving band of Arabs, had taken Bradford and the girl. Hanley had followed them. He planned to get rid of Bradford before making another attempt to find the cave of the Cyclops. Hanley had a friend among the natives. He enlisted him on his side against the whites. A trail of blood from a freshly killed small boar was to be the bait for a trap, from which there could be no escape.
You don't notice the dead animal on the floor, or... These lions have some tricks jumping over that pole.
I want to see them do the dodge between the posts.
That would be cool.
Go off the ramp and then get back in.
As the hungry lions continued their attack, I thanked my lucky stars for the decision I made, never to be caught too close to Bradford as long as Hanley roamed the jungle.
That was why.
Thing Hanley overlooked when he conceived his plan to kill Bradford and the girl was the little jungle boy.
A little jungle boy. So I want to know more about this cave with the Cyclops.
Yeah, what?
I mean, this is fine. It's got a secret way out of that hut. That's crazy.
Just in time.
Go.
Lions can't open trap doors.
Bradford, the girl, and the boy were among the few to escape the beast's attack. I found Hanley's body just outside the village, a victim of his own plot.
Wow. All right, that is going to take us to our second break. We're 2/3 of the way through The White Gorilla. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
This movie's a little hard to follow, to be honest.
A little hard.
It kind of feels like multiple movies that have been just mushed together, kind of crudely glued together with some voiceover.
Yeah, it does. I mean, well, and it is. That's exactly what it is. It's two movie. I mean, I guess it's one movie on which this new footage has been grafted to make an entirely different movie. And so, yeah, there's like these almost two competing narratives going on because the other one doesn't really make sense. And I think it would be one thing if this footage was taken from another movie. But the fact that it's taken from a serial, I think makes it even harder to follow because they're just taking the coolest things from the serial, the best parts from the serial, and putting a new story around it. But you're like, this is just really hard to follow. This is really
what is happening?
Yeah,
it also doesn't help that like the the Jungle Boy is from the silent stuff, right? Yeah. He's not part of the new. It doesn't help that the Jungle Boy plot thread is by far the most interesting thing that's going on. And we're just not doing a whole he's around, he's doing stuff, but
we're not getting any
what's Jungle
development
Boy's deal?
on what's his deal? Yeah, what's going on with him? We don't know. I mean, again, they're teasing a lot of interesting stuff, but to what degree are they going to pay it off in the final third? We can only hope. I mean, again, there's a lot going on. There's still a third of this movie left. So hopefully they can tie up all these loose ends in a very satisfying way. I will say at least we got a little more gorilla footage.
That's true. We had a whole gorilla fight.
2 gorillas, yeah. I mean, that was... Oh, so yeah, the action with the gorilla karate chopping, sucker punching, that's
pretty good.
Yeah. So it delivered a little more on that front, which was good. Again, if you're gonna really be reusing this much footage, at least try to find ways to work the white gorilla in throughout, and not just save it for, the final act. I think they're doing it okay. It's not like there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's all this other stuff.
But maybe too much going on.
Maybe just a little bit too much. But enjoyable. And again, it's suffering from narrator syndrome. I mean, they're relying so much on that to tell the story, and just always gives it a feel. But I mean, again, I think that there is a pathway or a kind of a lane that was carved out in this sense of, well, ape gorilla men movies are relatively easy to do on a tight budget if you have a decent enough suit, right? You get a decent enough suit, some serviceable actors, you don't have to spend a lot of money, and people will be affected by that. And obviously, it was more effective just on its own in the 30s up through the 40s. I would say as things got a little more atomic focused, the idea of a gorilla being the scariest thing in the world was not...
Suddenly seemed a little quaint.
Exactly.
In the face of the atomic bomb.
Yeah, a little too old-fashioned in those movies.
Unless it's an atomic gorilla.
Right. Well, I guess Robot Monster, it was like... It was an alien, but he's in a gorilla suit with a space helmet with antennas on it. So that's cool. But yeah, an atomic gorilla, that would be a great movie. We need to get on that. That actually would be good. Yeah, the gorilla didn't really translate to the atomic age very well, unfortunately.
Which it's just kind of funny because I feel like the whole King Kong thing, like there's so many giant blank animal as a monster, and how they get so big, well, radiation.
Right. And I think that's the thing though, is that King Kong was kind of already established as this, here's this giant monster, apart from that atomic radiation thing. So yeah,
it just kind of is. You can't.
It was more of a natural thing of nature than, something that was born out of man's recklessness, and I don't know. I mean, again, when you get into it gets a little messy when you get into what are the motivations of gorilla stories, especially like, you know, kind of early on, and when stuff is set in the jungle, you get a lot of very racist kind of tropes that are put in these Hollywood films. But again, I think that, you know, especially with the horror movies, you just kind of have silly stuff like the Ape Man with Bela Lugosi literally running around with a gorilla murdering people. It's just, you know, again, at that time, that could be scary to some people. But yeah, by the 50s, that was not really very scary anymore. And you still, even with that, you can't deny what I said earlier, which is that if you have a good enough suit, this kind of movie's fairly cheap to make, and you can get people's attention. And so I think that the lane that's carved out with those facts in mind is what eventually leads to the rise of the Bigfoot movie, which kind of obviously segueing to as we go into next week's film. But you know, Bigfoot movies, I think I've realized, are kind of the next step in evolution of the Ape Gorilla Man movies, right? Because
similarly feature a guy in a suit.
Right, a guy in a suit, and again, you could do it for very little money, and you know, make a pretty decent return, and then also just playing off the popularity of Bigfoot stories. You know, that's why you had a real like explosion of these kind of movies in the mid to late 70s. But even before that, you know, I mean, again, I just think there's a natural kind of transition, and that's what we're going to kind of highlight with our trailers here tonight. So the first one, apparently the monster costume used in this movie is the white gorilla costume from tonight's movie. I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
Because the head is definitely different. But apparently the heads for these suits was crafted differently by a different person than would do the body. And a different head would be crafted depending on what the role of the movie required. For example, Crash Corrigan did a movie called, I think it was Unknown Island or something like that. And it's a really bad movie where there's dinosaurs, and it's just guys running around in dinosaur costumes with like floppy heads, like the ape suits, but instead it's a dinosaur suit. And then Crash Corrigan played it was basically an ape suit, but it was supposed to be a sloth, like a giant, like killer sloth.
Okay.
And so they had like a special kind of face mask that kind of resembled a sloth, but the body was definitely a gorilla body, right? So with the first trailer, it's for a movie called Man Beast from another Schlockmeister, who I guess we haven't seen in a while, Jerry Warren, who did Teenage Zombies. I feel like we saw something else Jerry Warren not too long ago. Jerry Warren, pretty big. He's like one of the few guys where you can say that his first movie's actually pretty decent and they got worse as he went. It's just rare for anybody in this, even a Schlockmeister. There's usually some progression. Not with Jerry Warren, but the first movie that he did is this movie. It's Man Beast, and it's actually, I think, the first Yeti movie.
Interesting.
And so that's why they used the white gorilla costume and a different head, because it's...
I was gonna say, where's the line between white gorilla movies and Yeti movies?
Well, it is Man Beast.
Okay.
And
we've got an answer. Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. And I haven't seen it. I was hoping it's public domain, but it's not, unfortunately. I mean, it's easy to find. You'll find it all over YouTube, but it's not public domain. But Man Beast is, it looks fun. It actually looks I mean, again, it's a story about a Yeti and people are having to like climb through the snow, and that's so much better than teenagers on a lake island in somebody's lake house with also a gorilla in the basement, but more like the gorilla suit out of SpongeBob than, you know, a proper ape-man suit. Ape-man suit proper. So I don't know. I don't know if this is actually the suit, but that's one fact that did come up in my research that I don't know if it's been verified, but I did come across that. The second trailer, again, I think it's the transition point, and I believe it's actually a teaser for a film that we're gonna watch next week. So I'm kind of giving it away, and it's one of those where I would say it's more of an orphan film as opposed to public domain. I believe technically it's still under copyright, but I don't think that the claimants are a big entity that are exercising their claim over the film. So it may be one where we watch it and then I put it on private and we kind of keep it, you know, kind of keep it off the grid. But it's still I think worth watching because we've shown the trailer before. I'm like, oh my god, that looks ridiculous. We have to watch it. And we've kind of run out of public domain Bigfoot films, but I want to keep Bigfoot film trend of the summer of Schlock going. And I feel like it's just a natural kind of point in our journey, and it's the 1970 film entitled Bigfoot, which actually features some name Hollywood actors, including John Carradine, and a few others, and it looks very ridiculous. I believe Robert Mitchum's son, isn't it? And it's a very cheesy looking Bigfoot movie. Very late 60s, early 70s. So you'll see from the trailer. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But you know, get to see it. So, and then I do have a third trailer here because the break was going to be a little short. The third trailer is for, I think, a good example of everything we've been talking about with what an ApeCore film like tonight's does, which is it shows that this kind of movie can be really cheap if you have a decent enough suit, and you can do it for a low budget. And if you have a good narrator and some nature-y stock footage, you could still make buku's amount of money. And that is, of course, The Legend of Boggy Creek from 1972, which kind of set off the whole... it really set off a lot of like low-budget horror kind of regional filmmaking, but especially kind of kicked off the Bigfoot movie craze. There were a lot of movies that tried to replicate the success of The Legend of Boggy Creek, but that is even the trailer. The trailer's a lot of nature footage and a lot of narrating, and the last 30 seconds are like some very frantic footage of a Bigfoot costume that I can't even really tell how good it is. But the movie made millions and millions of dollars and kind of helped the filmmaker Charles B. Pierce establish himself and go on to make a lot of movies after that. But The Legend of Boggy Creek is kind of like I think what bridges the gap, really, truly, between what, why an ApeCore film was popular and then why Bigfoot movies became popular, because they were just easy to do and kind of captured the public's attention and made money. So
it's so funny that like the public kind of reacted in that way, like, we're done with old ape, but new ape.
Oh, you're telling me there's this real ape running around in our woods?
It's on the loose, but it's in the woods.
Oh, okay. Well, we have.
I'm terrified.
We have a real gorilla, not terrifying, but something that could be totally fake. Holy shit. You know, I mean, that's...
New ape?
Yeah. On that note, we're going to get these 3 trailers, and then when we come back, we're going to get to the exciting conclusion of The White Gorilla. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Look out! Where, Hut? Where? There!
The abominable snowman. High in the desolate Himalayas, scientists have reported a species of half-man, half-beast. Articles on them have appeared in Pageant, Popular Science, True, and Newsweek magazines. This story of the perils encountered by an expedition searching for these creatures brings to the screen one of the most exciting motion pictures ever made.
You're jumpy, Hud.
All day I've had the feeling someone was watching us, trailing us.
Passions explode violently as a man fights for survival and a woman's love against the never-ending terror of primitive isolation. Astounding dangers that stagger the imagination. Breathtaking thrills and spectacular action against the towering peaks, 21,000 feet above the earth. Excitement thunders from the screen as powerful elements burst forth in all their fury to destroy the men who dared to invade the icy stronghold of the abominable snowman.
Goes right up there into those mountains.
Defying death for motives known only to each person as they embark on a trail of terror to capture Bigfoot. For the first time on the screen, don't miss this most exciting true story ever filmed, Bigfoot.
Here in this primitive river-bottom wilderness in southern Arkansas, along with deer, duck, crane, and beaver, lurks a creature that walks upright. Whether it is a man, a monster, or a myth, no one really knows. What we do know is the people around Fouke, Arkansas say they have seen such a creature nearly 250 times since 1954. And that this creature, whatever it is, emits one of the most terrifying sounds ever recorded. Creek, rated G.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Man Beast, and I think just the Legend of Boggy Creek. I don't know if the Bigfoot trailer was actually in there. Gave it away. Gave away the
no teaser for next week. Not yet.
That's fine. No. But yes. So, you know, again, the kind of the transition point between Apecore and Bigfoot and Boggy Creek. it's a pretty good film. You know, the trailer's good, the way that, you know, emits one of the most terrifying sounds, and then it does that sound that's it's a shiver up your spine. And that was kind of the considered also the start of docu-horror, and that idea of
Lauren says it was in there.
Huh?
Lauren says it was in there. The
oh, it was? Oh, okay,
Bigfoot.
good. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, docu-horror. Yeah, I was kind of like looking. I've never seen Boggy Creek, but looking at that trailer, I feel like I would enjoy it. It kind of reminds me of Blair Witch in a way, just from that trailer.
And that was definitely a huge influence on Blair Witch. And again, for a lot of regional filmmakers, it was this idea that, okay, well, you can just kind of go out where you're at and actually capture something that is unsettling and effective, but also uses some, because I mean, again, the Falk monster was a real thing in Falk, Arkansas, and the director, that was where he was from, and he took advantage of that. And I mean, even his later movie, he did a movie called The Town That Dreaded Sundown, which was about the Texarkana killer, the Moonlight Killer that operated in the 40s. And he did his movie, you know, for that is unsettling, and kind of also plays that there's a narrator, and on this date, you know, blah 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 blah, and it's taking a real, you know, reported events, and then putting this really kind of, now we view it as a cheesy horror lens, but back in that time it was, you know, it actually gets you kind of standing at attention, like, oh my god, like
true crime. This
could be real. Yeah, true crime, exactly. It just kind of creeps you out, makes you unsettled. So again, I wish Boggy Creek was public domain, but it's not. But that's a great one. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. And hey, we'll be watching Bigfoot, so I'll get that covered. But we still have to get through the exciting conclusion, hopefully exciting, I'm sure it will be exciting conclusion of The White Gorilla. And I say it should be because, again, a serial has nothing but cliffhangers, and I feel like we've probably gotten a fair amount here. You know, I'm sure that they ended a chapter on the elephants stampeding the hut. Yeah, just all these little, you know, kind of crazy moments that we've seen were probably just cliffhangers for the serial, but here they're filling out the movie. So we're gonna see how they wrap it up. Again, with that Cyclops mentioned earlier, I hope that that's where the payoff is.
Yeah, we're finally gonna come back.
Because like you pointed out, like it's so crazy that this is like, you know, the weekend the Odyssey comes out, and suddenly we are in a movie they're talking about a Cyclops. Will we see a Cyclops?
Will it remain just an offhand comment, never explored?
That's part of the fun. That's part of the mystery. So I'm excited for that. Anything before we get into the exciting conclusion of The White Gorilla, Evan?
Yeah, so we're gonna get my prediction for the finale of this is instead of going into that trapdoor and doing something interesting, they're gonna say, "No gorilla is attacking me." And that's all. That's as close to the Cyclops as we're gonna get.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked. Well, on that note, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of The White Gorilla right now.
Yes, but how lucky they had the Jungle Boy on their side.
Strange.
The Jungle Boy.
Wandering around loose? I heard of him before. To the natives, he's taboo.
That's right. I found out later why when I trailed a girl in Bradford to his camp.
Here we go again.
I discovered that the cave of the Cyclops was only a few miles from our camp.
Wait, what?
The woman was the mother of the little Jungle Boy. Her years in the jungle had taught her that the natives believed the insane harmless and possessed untold powers.
What?
One of feeble mind was safe from all harm.
Whoa.
To the natives,
That was crazy.
taboo. To protect herself and the boy, she pretended to be just that, insane. Known as tiger men, the natives who inhabited the Cyclops cave worshipped the idols there. Discovering this, the woman secretly hollowed out one of them and taught the boy to lower and raise the idol's arms at her command.
Oh.
This display of her supposedly supernatural powers gave the woman control over the natives, so far as her own and the boy's safety was concerned. When the tiger men informed her that white people were in camp close by, she ordered them brought to the cave, secretly hoping through them to effect the escape of herself and the boy from the jungle.
I didn't realize Hetty was in this movie.
The beasts of the jungle seemed to sense that something unusual was about to happen.
Oh, sorry. Just working my way through that next jello.
The tiger men surrounded Bradford's camp and proceeded to carry out the woman's orders. When the tiger men returned with their prisoners, the woman realized that something was wrong. She had ordered them brought in to her, but not this way.
Oh, so this...
Still watching.
Still watching. I didn't realize these were two
Tiger
different
men
women.
had plans of their own. Plans to sacrifice the whites to starved, imprisoned, maddened killers. I had been scouting near the cave, and from where I was hidden near the entrance, I could see the frantic efforts of the woman as she tried to stop the sacrifice. The little jungle boy entering the cave saw what was about to take place. As fast as his little legs could carry him, he ran to his place in the idol. He worked the arms and forced the image to breathe in an effort to save the whites.
Child labor.
Does this impress you?
Alone, single-handed, I knew I could do nothing. I managed to get away without being seen, praying and hoping to find help that they would still be alive. As I made my way through the jungle, I became aware that I was being followed by an animal of some kind.
definitely Crash. I mean, again,
he's doing this thing.
The movements are very exact. It's
We've got you dialed in, Crash.
Then I saw the beast.
How you operate.
It was the white gorilla, the outcast, a scourge of the jungle. He seemed to know my gun had jammed. I backed away. He came at me, closer and closer. When he jumped me, I thought it was the end. He mauled me with his brute strength and ponderous weight. Suddenly, something caused him to stop. It was the black monster, his eyes burning with hate for the white outcast.
It's a little bit of a yikes, but I was late on it.
Again, the jungle vibrated as the two beasts met.
What is up with this rating? Jungle vibrated.
Oh, you gotta love cheesy narration. Oh shit!
It's over.
They're using tools.
Give him the karate chop.
Swinging the arms. No, this just makes it all worth it.
I watched them as they fought.
Like the actor in the black gorilla costume didn't put like paint around their eyes. So maybe that's not Crash in that costume. Because I feel like Crash is pretty good about that.
With every bone in my body aching, I limped away.
Crash spends this entire movie like watching and running away.
As I staggered through the jungle, I hoped against hope that the brutes would kill each other as they fought.
I really don't
kept on
know
going,
which
and
one's
then-
Crash. It's hard to tell.
That's it.
So they're still out.
That's it.
Well, you all know the rest. No wonder you're still alive.
You know, it still may not be too late to help those people in the cave.
Do you think it possible, Collins?
Well, there is a chance if we start now, we should be able to make it by daylight.
You're not going. Ruth, stay here and look after them. And remember, under no condition leave the post.
I won't, Dad, but how are you going to find the place?
Steve, what's the shortest route to the cave?
Well, when you leave the post, you go due north to the river. And you follow the old elephant trail to the left. Well, just keep on going. You won't miss it.
It's like a 5-minute walk.
But what?
Look out for the white gorilla.
Remember, don't leave the post.
I understand, Dad.
She's gonna leave the post.
Well, I think you'd better sit down here and let me see if I can't clean up these scratches.
Sorry, I've just been so engrossed in telling my story, I haven't bothered to seek medical attention.
Also, I love the like framing device for something that's just happened. Like, it took a while to tell your story, but those people might still be alive.
If we hurry.
Well, your shoulder certainly looks a lot better this morning, Mr. Collins.
Well, thanks to you, I feel a little better, all except my leg.
We'll take care of that right now. Let's see it.
Missy! 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 One little girl get lost in jungle. She no come back.
You stay here, Mr. Collins. You're in no condition to leave. I'll go.
But your father told you not to leave the post.
I won't go far. I'll just go to the edge of the post grounds.
But Miss Stacy.
There's no
stay
such
here,
thing
my
as a
love.
white
Fix
gorilla.
bandage
I'm
on
not
leg.
afraid.
Understand?
Me understand.
All right.
All right, Mama.
Me see like me fix it.
He's really not gonna go.
She'll be fine.
Somehow I knew I was wrong when I allowed the girl to leave the post. The restlessness that prevailed through the jungle should have been a warning to her that danger was near.
Danger was near.
You know, those people stuck in the cave might have stood more of a chance if he hadn't been narrating so floridly this entire time.
I love this jungle ensemble that she's wearing.
Yeah.
Skirt.
And also, did they just write him out of the scene so that he could be the gorilla?
Probably. The other person wasn't strong enough to carry a woman while wearing the gorilla costume. It takes the strength of a true stuntman to do that. That's definitely him.
Look at the hands. You can tell. Subtle movements.
Yeah, I mean, the way that he really tries to put the suit in front of the camera. You know, like really show the way, like just moving sideways as opposed to like turning, or he's like...
He knows, he's probably posed in front of the mirror.
Yeah, knows.
Plenty. He knows what's the ape's good side.
You're right. Uh-oh.
Game over.
That didn't hurt. Hurt at all.
Uh-oh.
I wish that other gorilla would come back. If there was ever a time for two gorillas, it would be now.
This lady folded under no pressure.
all you had to do was maintain your composure.
The outcast seemed to sense that there was something different about this victim.
carrying her low to the ground. Just gotta keep feeling her up, I guess.
The stillness of the unconscious girl puzzled him.
Sure.
When I found her rifle, I knew something had happened. As the beast heard me, he turned and faced me with all his pent-up anger. I knew this time it was my life or his.
Is this just his internal monologue?
I guess so. Yeah, he's not telling the story anymore.
Do you always describe your life so floridly?
Dang, he took it down.
All he had to do was shoot it more. Laying dead.
Oh. Is it dead?
When I found she was unharmed, I couldn't understand.
The gorilla's got a gun. He's gonna go back and teach that other gorilla what for.
I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Collins.
Well, it's the other way around. I'm grateful to you. I killed the white gorilla.
Oh, but what happened to the child that I didn't find?
Well, we had barely left the compound when it wandered back.
Oh, that's good. Oh, but don't tell Father.
Don't tell him what?
Don't tell him what?
Well, you'll find out anyway from the natives, so I might just as well tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how did their thing go?
Tell me what?
Well, you see, a native child got lost, and I went looking for it, and, well, I...
She ran into an old enemy of mine, the white gorilla. I killed it.
The white gorilla?
Did you find the cave of the Cyclops? Were you able to help some of the people?
We found the cave all right, but in the tiger's pit there were nothing but bones. Tigers were the only living things there.
And winds up our trip. Our search is through.
That's right. We'll leave as soon as we can.
And we'll soon be going home, dear.
All those people just died. What happened to the little kid? Dead? Bones?
Bones.
Well, Steve,
If he had just told his story a little quicker.
He would have intervened at any time.
Like, it's not an emergency situation here.
I'm going with you.
Oh boy.
After all these years, you're going to leave the jungle?
Yeah.
I've been here since 1927.
After all, we have no right to the jungle. It belongs to the natives. Birds, animals, and have been here since time began. In a way, they have a right to protest our intrusion. It was theirs before we came, and it should be theirs now.
Oh, you're doing it again, dude.
I feel kind of sorry I had to kill that white gorilla. He seemed almost human.
Maybe feel a little more sorry about the kid, but...
Standing there, wondering what had happened to him. His death seemed to cast a spell of loneliness over the jungle. The wild cries and mad roars of the beast have suddenly quieted. A silent tribute to his passing.
What? That's how the movie started. They're just reusing all the same animal footage.
It is. Yeah, it's full circle. Man.
And the black gorilla, the monster with his huge chest filled with hate,
Just a dot. Never gonna finish that. Doing that.
I can almost see him as he discovers the white outcast lying there as though sleeping.
See his wrists.
You can't.
His efforts to make him do better. And then the change. His bewilderment as he looks at the motionless figure. A sort of human emotion that comes over him. Then the slow realization. The outcast is dead.
Wow.
Then the animal instinct returns. The instinct to cover up and hide the remains of a fallen one
He's imagining
from the scavengers of the jungle.
Yeah, why is he pontificating on this?
A gesture for forgiveness as he chants the death call for the outcast of his race, the white gorilla.
Well, that was the white gorilla. What did we think, Evan?
Well, I am glad that our protagonist did finally start acting like a character in his own story.
Oh yeah.
There at the very end, it took him the entire movie before he did anything.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. R.I.P. Jungle Boy and Tiger Mom or whatever her name was.
It just makes me want to go see how the actual serial. I need a happy resolution of the story. You give me so many pieces of the story, and then and they all die.
If you want to find out what happened to Jungle Boy, go check out. So was that a released serial, or was that just one that was never released? Can we go find out what happened to Jungle Boy?
I don't know for sure if there's an existing copy on the internet. Someone could look it up right now. And then I think it's called Perils of the Jungle. But I know there are some copies in existence. I don't know that they're very good copies, but there are some copies out there. So there's a chance. There's a chance that
Jungle Boy might live.
They got spent so much time building up Jungle Boy, the supernatural powers of Jungle Boy. And I like that because trying to. The idea that they're putting some supernatural angle on this, oh, okay, cool, yeah. And I mean, all that to say that I think this movie offered a lot, and I'm definitely not disappointed by it. Even that ending, even though it's kind of rolling my eyes and all that, it's still even as frustratingly hilarious as the narrator is, as Crash is narrating the whole idea of and the whole jungle silenced in the Jungle Boy's honor, and it's well, okay, that's an interesting thought, of the power of the Jungle Boy, it's they're doing something, they're trying to do something.
Yeah, I will say that I wasn't bored.
No.
It was there's a lot there's maybe too much going on in this movie, but I was not bored.
No, again, when you take the best parts of any serial, it's not going to be boring. Like, as we see with serial trailer after trailer, like the Undersea Kingdom trailer, like, you put all the best parts in that trailer, like, God, I want to watch that serial again. And then you remember how much is filler. And
how many
like,
more hours of filler there was.
Yeah. So it was not a bad idea on the part of the producers of this to think, well, let's just take a serial and kind of add a new frame story that's got a little more, not modern appeal, but, you know, a little bit more of a genre appeal. And let's just reuse all this footage and add a very, very bad audio mix, which that was probably my favorite part, was how ridiculous some of the audio was.
Yeah, the animal noises are kind of up there with the flamenco guitar from Mesa.
Yeah, and I think the best word to describe it is cacophony.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
obnoxious.
a cacophony of sound that you're just like, it's just a lot coming at me at once, you know. The flamenco guitar, yeah, that's God, I love that.
Infamous.
Just makes me want to go watch Mesa of Lost Women just for that. I was not even a big fan of that movie. That's actually a fun movie beside all the boring talking parts, you know.
It's another movie with some narration.
Yes, that's another prime one where the schlockiness of the narration like tells you, okay, this is some grade Z schlock that we're getting into. And yeah, this movie checked a lot of boxes, but again, I also wanted to contrast an ape core movie with a Bigfoot movie, because I felt like, again, just introducing that parallel tonight, I felt like it was kind of a pretty good setup for next week's film, which is Bigfoot from 1970. And we kicked off this season with the John Carradine movie, so we're getting more John Carradine.
The Summer of Carradine.
Summer of Carradine. Hey, I'm here for it. Again, the amount of low-budget movies that he just like, all right, sure, you're paying me. All right, I'll do it. I mean, up to right before he passed away. I mean, there were movies that were released in the years after his death that were like he had filmed for, but they just took a while to get put out. And the man just loved to work, just constantly working. So
VMD, we have seen Bela Lugosi Meets a Brooklyn Gorilla.
Yeah, we watched that during Summer of Schlock. Maybe during our first Summer of Schlock.
Ago,
yeah. Love that one. That is, I think that might be Steve Calvert, who, and maybe Crash, because there are two gorillas in that, I think. So Crash, I don't think Crash is in that, but they may be his suits. So that's something. Again, you know, you look at the suit, it's kind of. But again, Crash taught his style to Calvert, and I think some other people, and he spent his days out on his ranch, Corriganville, where it was a Wild West ranch where movies and TV shows would film, but then also if there wasn't a production there, it was like a Wild West town where people could pay admittance and come check it out. And yeah, I mean,
did Crash Corrigan was he a singer?
I don't know if he was singing cowboy. Okay. I don't know if he was a regular Gene Autry or not. Probably not, unfortunately. But definitely.
Yeah, he had enough talents. He was too busy aping it up.
Aping it up, cowboying it up, stunting it up. The man had narrating it up. The man had many talents, right? Maybe narrating is not one of the better ones, but he didn't write his narration, I'm sure. It was more the writing, right?
But no, I would say it was the writing was responsible.
That's what did it. But yeah, we're getting a Bigfoot movie next week, literally Bigfoot, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So join us. We'll be back on Friday, back on schedule next week for that, and again, we'll have a Saturday Night Shocker. Scream Theater. God, I'm still
tomorrow or next Saturday.
Or yes, next Saturday. And I hope everybody gets through the work week okay. And I appreciate everybody spending the evening. I know it's late for some of you, so I appreciate you staying up. And
happy Monday to some of y'all.
Yeah, gosh, we're getting right there. So let's make sure, see if Alana sent me the chat. Thank you, Alana. We had, of course, Alana, Kathy, Sears, Tom O, Thomas, Six Toes, good to have you in here. Grady, VMD, appreciate you being in here. Old Radios, also had Jack in here, Jack Doobie, of course. Lauren, thank you for tuning in tonight, Lauren. Samuel was in here, appreciate you being in here. Marks was with us tonight, hanging out, appreciate you being here, Marks. Andy, appreciate you, Andy. Tom O as well, thanks for hanging out tonight, Tom. And sure, we're everybody, but if we missed you, if you were just lurking, we appreciate you hanging out. And this was it was good to get the gorilla fix, and it feels nice. So we're gonna get more men running around in hairy costumes next week. So if you haven't had your fill yet, join us next Friday. But anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
Do you think that the main cause of the bystander effect is just people like internally monologuing when they should be doing something? Like you think Crash Corrigan was ever like, the parking lot vibrated as the the stranger had a heart attack right in front of me. I knew I had to do something, but from the scent of the leaves on the wind, the ...
Yeah, just don't say anything else. Just the blanking out. New ways to live life based on this movie. That's how you're gonna be thinking for the next week, Evan. You're gonna be doing a very flowery.
As if I'm not already doing that.
Until next week, sweet screams, everybody.
And to all, a good Friday.